Hey, welcome to this week's Nerd of Mouth. I am Mike Lawrence,
and I'm Jake Young.
And today we're gonna talk about something that's very popular: comic book movies.
Oh yeah, they're coming out by the bucketful now. They just announced the Justice League one coming out, being rushed through with no connection to previous movies.
Yeah, we've got Kevin Costner is cast as Pa Kent in the upcoming Superman movie, so it'll even be longer and more boring than the last one.
And apparently Kevin Bacon is terrifying in X-Men First Class.
Oh, God. Does he have the pony? He's being Sebastian Shaw. One of my favorite mutants. Does he have the ponytail?
I know he has the mutton chops.
All right,
I know he has
close enough. All right, so today we're gonna talk about we'll each give our picks for the best 3 comic book movies and the worst 3 comic book movies and best and worst performances.
Oh yeah.
So this will be a fun one. This will be an episode that. The people who aren't as nerdy could also enjoy, because we all see these movies.
Yeah, absolutely. That's except for Hellboy.
Yeah. All right. So Jake
and Scott Pilgrim.
Jake, you go
and Kick-Ass and all the other ones I actually love a lot.
Yeah. All right. So you go first. Your third favorite comic book movie.
Third favorite comic book movie, I guess, would have to be. Oh man, this is. I'm going to go with Batman Begins. I really just genuinely, it has a slow start, and it's a little tough to rewatch, but just seeing Batman taken seriously on the big screen was like such a relief after the horrors that was the Schumacher era.
Yeah, I hate it. I wouldn't put it in my bottom 3, but I think it's really boring. There are a lot of changes that they made that annoyed me. Chief among them, that his parents take him to an opera. Come on, it's Zorro. It's always Zorro. If you take your kid to an opera, you deserve to be shot in an alleyway. Fuck you, Waynes.
That's
I mean, come on. It's just
what, you didn't like
the whole
heavy...
Ra's al Ghul that is actually Liam Neeson.
Yeah,
bullshit.
Yeah,
that sucked. Scarecrow gets taken out with a taser, a fucking taser
in the face.
He's the master of fear.
And a taser in the face is
fear me. I am the scare. Ooh, that tickle! Oh, my face.
Oh, come on. When the fear gas first,
I love you in Dawson's Creek. Fear.
When the fear gas first kicks in, tell me that's not one of the most terrifying images.
Yeah, but he doesn't even get taken out by the main guy who begins. It's Batman Begins, and Katie Holmes also takes out your secondary villain with a taser. Fuck you.
The more I think about it, there is a lot of flaws. The number one thing that I always find the most hilarious in that movie is the old man at the water reservoir who has to narrate half the final act by just being like, "The pressure's building. Now it's going down, but there's a train coming." It's like integral to the plot that this old man is looking at valves, and saying what's going on.
Yeah, Val Kilmer.
Why is that funny?
Yeah.
Why is that funny?
I think Batman Begins sucks. I mean, it's.
You act like Batman Begins sucks in a world in which Spider-Man
really
3 exists.
The fights speed up, and there's just better ones. So I'll give you my third pick. It's gonna go with a little American Splendor.
Yeah. Oh my God!
Thinking outside the box on that one.
Oh, my box was so small.
Yeah, I mean, were we sticking to superhero movies or just
no? American Splendor is a fantastic movie.
Yeah, I'm gonna go there. In terms of, it was either that or Ghost World, and I was thinking like which one I like more. But I think American Splendor, in terms of not only does it capture the comic books so well that transcends them. It's even more entertaining and fun that they bring in the Rio Picard with Giamatti is awesome. The history of it and everything, it feels like, homely, that it's in Cleveland and all that.
Judah Friedlander is amazing in it.
Yeah, he is. I think it's a fantastic movie, and because a lot of these superhero movies, some of them are good, but that's a movie that you could show to anybody, and it actually makes what we like look good and legitimate.
Oh my God, yeah.
So that's my third pick. All right, now second best comic book movie.
Second best. Now with this new expanded box, I'm going to have to go, and we are again going to be at each other's throats. Scott Pilgrim is amazing. Like, I never... producer Marcus Sparks billowing with rage.
No, not rage.
Bile...
Sort of like...
Bile rising within his very, very soul.
Yeah, we're trying to reach a demographic that doesn't even know what a pod or a cast is because they are small children who are the only people that like that shitty film. It sucks.
Are you kidding me? Only people our age liked it because you have to have so much knowledge.
It's
about
like
video
Sucker
games.
Punch with less vaginas. Fuck you, that movie sucks.
What the hell is wrong
That
with
movie
you?
sucks.
What are you talking about?
When
What-
Brandon Routh has the best performance in your movie.
Are you kidding me? Fucking what's his name?
Sucks.
Captain America is amazing. All the bad guys have amazing lines.
Not the Japanese. They don't give them anything.
Kieran Culkin
They
is
rush
hilarious.
they rush through the Asian guys. The Indian guy has no personality. But you know what? The source material
Indian
is
guy
kind of
is so
shallow
funny.
too.
What?
The source material is very shallow.
The source material is not. I mean, yeah, but it's about style and attitude. Like it's a different. It's an
about
expansion.
style and attitude. Are you pitching the Ninja Turtles and this is 1987 right now? I know the kids don't like that boring G.I. Joe, but I've got something really tubular for you.
It is a perfect combination of Western, Eastern, video game, like indie comic storytelling, humor, action. It's like an. It's
Let me
the
translate
inside.
that for you. Fact. The movie sucks. I want my money back.
I didn't resort to racial slurs. I win. By the way, that wasn't only a racial slur.
Yeah. I'm not.
Although it
by
is
the way,
genetic.
I
It
want you
is
to know
genetic.
I'm not being homophobic. I'm not slurring.
No, you just insulted something for being effeminate and therefore worthless. No, you're fine. You're fine, buddy.
It's not that it's effeminate. It's gay in the way that two rainbows dry humping is gay. All right,
And if you
and
saw
it could
that,
be
it
a
would
man
be
and a
amazing.
female rainbow. All right, it could be any type of rainbow. It's gay in the way that a Lisa Frank poster is gay, and that has no penises in someone's mouth in it. So I'm not being homophobic. That movie fucking sucks. It is a glittery, shitty. It is the Kiss of movies.
I'll say whenever I watched it, while I was watching it, and I was like sort of embarrassed to be watching it. I was like, this is so cute. Like, it was just so like precious and cute. I just wanted the whole time. I just wanted to scream, "Nut up!" Like, man up, motherfucker! Stop being so.
It makes
That's what the story is. That's what this. I mean, that's what
it
the
makes
story is.
Glee be accepted by homophobes. That's how.
Oh yeah, wait a minute. You're like the number one Glee fan I know, and all of a sudden the jokes are funny. It's an achievement in directing and editing, and like,
Hey, I'll take a kid singing Blackbird to his dead parakeet over that same Mario sound effect for the 7th time. Boring. Sucks.
oh, I'm sorry. What are you? What's your next thing you love?
Sin City?
Oh yeah, that amazingly well put together. Definitely not just. Oh yeah, when he rips that guy's testicles off.
Sin City
that's an
versus
achievement.
Scott Pilgrim is the difference between a man versus a man boy. Right now.
Oh yeah, Frank Miller is the most mature and adult individual.
It's a great
Name
movie.
one female character that isn't a goddamn prostitute. You idiot! What are you talking about? Oh yeah, Frank Miller's real mature.
I'll
What are you
take
talking
prostitute over teenage Asian who doesn't realize how worthless she is.
All right, that's just up to personal preference.
I'll take me, dirty little Miho over Knives. Ugh.
Dirty Little Miho is a way less mature and realistic character than Knives Chow. I'm sorry, like if
Sin City taught me to fear Elijah Wood. That is impressive.
Yeah.
They turned north-south. That is awesome. I'm really proud of that. North pun.
Scott Pilgrim made me realize that Chris Evans is actually going to kick ass as Captain America.
But saying, what was he in Scott Pilgrim?
He was Lucas Lee, the stunt guy.
Oh yeah, that's right. I hated that guy.
I'm nothing without my stunt team.
No,
I even let him do the wide shots when I
Sin
get
City
crazy
is
in the
awesome. Come on, man. Sin City, the black and white,
No,
the freaking Mickey Rourke's real comeback. And I love the wrestler, but I mean, Marv is fantastic.
I enjoy Sin City too, but if you're going to bash Scott Pilgrim for being style, like just being glitter and style, Sin City is nothing but a color filter and violence. That is it.
Nah, I'd say, like, if you say that the movie Sin City is shitty, then you're saying the comic book, it's the same thing.
Yeah,
right?
Sin City's a better comic book than Scott Pilgrim, and it's also a better movie. And I could show it to someone who hasn't just discovered what a pube is, and they could like it too. So that helps.
No, basically, Sin City is enthralling only for people that just discovered what testosterone feels like. We're talking about, like, the same fantasies, just one involves yellow guys raping people, and the other one involves happiness.
Yeah, I don't like happiness.
The man in the room was full of two things: rage and a lot of Twinkies. And Twinkies hit a man hard.
Let's see. I guess one of my...
Jake is young, but his arguments are getting rather old. He's ruining my podcast. My podcast that frees me, teaches me what love really is. Whores, 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 whores. The city of the night is whores, and I look upon it, and the whores of the city are whores. But I don't want to go to that rock concert. Zelda reference. Oh. Yeah. Ugh.
Yeah, and also, weren't there tits in Sin City?
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, so
Plus
Watchmen's
3.
a great movie, too. Is that what you're saying?
There's tits in Sin City, and that's just counting Powers Booth. All right.
It was amazing. It's got Powers Booth in it.
Yeah.
No, what's it? I'm not arguing that Sin City isn't
And Rutger Hauer. Rutger and Powers. Mm-hmm. Power Rutger.
And Nick Stahl, who's fucking great. Highly underrated.
Thomas Jane
he's
is
awesome.
in Scott Pilgrim as the vegan police. Come on.
Yeah. So he's been in two
How do you
shitty
not
comic
love
books.
How does Marcus Parks not love Thomas Jane?
I love Thomas Jane. Don't get me wrong. I mean, he's awesome, but vegan police, Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
Vegans. Oh God, I get angry at the mention of the word vegan because there's so.
You're
many
about to say Venkman, and I was going to kill you.
Oh. Oh no.
Yeah.
No. And that's what it is. So it's like.
By the way,
trendy and.
did we just become the hawk and dove of podcasting? Is that what just happened this past 20 minutes?
No.
Moving on to the next.
All right. Your favorite comic book movie of all time.
Oh, man. This is... I'm going to say, in terms of, like, positive memories and, like, warm, fuzzy feeling in my heart, which is how the power of heart works. Whatever Wheeler, I'm my tea today. X2 was really great. There were so many great moments. They told a very, like... It enhanced the original. I mean, Spider-Man 2 is also awesome, and I wanted to say that one too. But in terms of just how you make a superhero movie really personal and good, I enjoyed it a lot.
It was fun.
Yeah.
Cyclops is only in it for 10 minutes. Fuck that.
You like
Halle Berry's acting. Yes, I do, because you'll never be Wolverine, but you might be Cyclops someday.
But they knew to keep Halle Berry, like, under a few lines.
God, the religious discussion she had. Nightcrawler is the best part of the movie, and they don't even put him in the third one.
Well, that's more Alan Cummings.
Yeah.
But, I mean, no one's defending the third one. Dear Jesus. We can dedicate
It's not
an entire
truly a
episode.
team movie. It's just Wolverine and fucking Mastermind as a cripple in a chair. Jason Wingard, you're gonna fucking. Lady Deathstrike doesn't have any dialogue. They don't play up any of the history between her and Wolverine.
That's
Fucking, the most intense scene in that movie is seeing whether or not that cat will start coughing blood when it licks Wolverine's claws.
I was saying that to
Sucks.
make an X-Men movie is a monumental task, considering all the history and the amazing emotional interactions between every character. And, like, you know, Mystique is everyone's grandmother, and Wolverine's lived for 200 years and known a lot of people. and they did. It's quite.
She's
possibly,
just an Asian who doesn't talk and fucking
cracks her knuckles.
Yeah. Oh, she just has finger knives. She's just knife chow. Ugh. Ugh. Now I know why you like it. Ugh. Terrible.
The scene in when they go back to Bobby Drake's house and Pyro, like there's so many amazing choices in that movie. And when you watch X3, you realize what they went through to actually like make it as good as they did. What is your number one? Probably the original Dolph Lundgren Punisher. If we're going by,
I go with the 2008 Ray Stevenson.
That's amazing. We got to talk about that movie one day.
Yeah, it's awesome.
He fixes his own nose with a broken pencil.
There's more than one fucking piece of wood in an eye.
Meth high.
Yeah, I have to go. I'm going to make an argument here. It's a two-way tie.
All right.
Because I think that combined, these two films are the best and brightest that comic book movies have to offer. They came out 2 months apart from each other, and that is Iron Man and The Dark Knight.
Oh.
I think Iron Man has everything in it that The Dark Knight doesn't, and I think The Dark Knight has everything in it that Iron Man doesn't. And when combined, you get the perfect comic book movie experience. Iron Man has a really strong, charismatic protagonist, which is missing from The Dark Knight, and The Dark Knight has the best villain ever on
which Iron
screen.
Man didn't have.
And Iron Man had
Jeff Bridges.
Yeah, Jeff Bridges.
Can I retroactively change my Batman Begins choice to Dark Knight?
Sure.
Yay. Oh my God. You make a very good point.
There are a few bad scenes in The Dark Knight that I would trim down The Dark Knight by about 30 to 40 minutes, and I would trim down Iron Man about 30 to 40 minutes. I think the Hong Kong scene is completely useless. It's like a video game tutorial in Dark Knight. I think that they tried making, and I would say that Harvey Dent even is the protagonist, but it doesn't work as well as they want it to. Just the Joker dominates that film. That opening scene is fantastic.
Well, I mean, Harvey Dent...
The boat scene, I mean...
Give it to me.
Any scene that he's in, I would have done it 5 minutes ago. I mean, the whole movie is just phenomenal. And the thing that Iron Man did, which blew me away, was... You didn't even want him to go in the suit because he was so good as Tony Stark. And that, to me, I've never seen that in a movie. Even the Spider-Man movies, and I think Tobey Maguire's fine, I'm always like, when's he going to be Spidey again? In this, I'm like, it was kind of... The worst parts of Iron Man are when he's in the costume, I think. Mm-hmm.
There's a few key scenes that are like really awesome.
Him learning to fly and all that, but the final fight sucks.
When he's in the village is amazing.
Yeah.
Is an amazing... I'm surprised they don't have scenes like that more in superhero movies where it's just him being a superhero. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. But both these films, I mean, we talked about American Splendor being, making comic books legit. These made superheroes legit. Yeah. I can proudly say that I love superhero comic books because Iron Man and The Dark Knight showed that they can be cool and awesome and be made into fantastic movies. I think Iron Man is the best science fiction-based comic book movie ever, and I think The Dark Knight is the best ever action suspense comic book movie ever made.
I find it hard to argue.
Yeah.
That's the thing. I don't think this was supposed to be an argument show, but it just turned into a hate fest. It was like hate, love.
No, a fest has more than one participant.
Well, what's it? Yeah.
Lobster Fest isn't one guy sitting eating lobster. Man, your lobster's overrated. It only appeals to teenagers. Mine is buttery and sophisticated.
It also only appeals to teenagers. Iron Man is an achievement in terms of making a superhero movie genuinely across the board amazing. I feel like in Iron Man 2, they just didn't it's common knowledge that they brought in Bendis and Millar to do story.
It just sucks. I mean, here's the thing: if you want to know how good Iron Man is, you watch Iron Man 2.
Yeah.
If you want to know how bad Batman Begins is, you watch The Dark Knight.
Yeah.
I mean, and you know what? So I'll say I do still think that Batman Begins isn't good, but maybe if that's what it took to get The Dark Knight, then I'm okay with it existing.
Yeah.
But your other two choices are still shitty.
I do not get why people didn't like Iron
you
Man
wouldn't
2.
have gotten X.
You don't get Iron Man? Okay. all
Because
right.
I loved Iron Man. I had a hell of a lot of fun watching it.
It sucks. The main plot point of the disease gets like solved so easily. It's just a Deus Ex Machina. It didn't even need to be there. Whiplash gets punked out like a bitch.
Yeah, he does.
I
Well,
mean, they
after
build
he's
him up
so
so
awesome.
much. He hangs two dudes. That's awesome. And then why does he take his helmet off in the final fight scene? He doesn't even lose to Tony. He loses to both of them. The whole thing with Rhodey doesn't work as well. I mean, a part of that is Cheadle isn't at.
Yeah.
I didn't think Cheadle was as militaristic as Terrence Howard was. I know Terrence left, so that's not his fault. But it just doesn't. You don't buy that they're friends. You also don't buy that they're enemies. So none of that drama works.
The final act in both Iron Man movies has problems because going into it, you already know Tony Stark's stuff is better.
Yeah.
Because there was just a huge montage of him building a much better suit than whatever the villain has.
Yeah, I mean, there's only 3 action sequences in it. One is the Monaco sequence, which is over rushed. It's only 4 minutes long.
Right.
And, Favreau is the main appeal of that scene. So that shows you how much it sucks. And then your second one is, I'm trying to think, the comedy sequence with the 2 Iron Mans fighting at a dance party. And then the final sequence, which is mostly droids who don't even give any real offense. And then Whiplash, who doesn't. So there's no real suspense or drama ever in the movie. It was more, once again, if the Avengers is a great movie, because this was a lot of building blocks towards that, then maybe I'll appreciate it more. But I felt really ripped off and disappointed, especially after how fantastic the first one was.
All right. I can get your criticisms. I still had fun.
You want to take a little break after?
Yeah, and then we'll
wipe
go
the
back
blood
to
off the walls.
Yeah, and then we'll go back to the worst comic book movies.
Oh, dear.
Where Jake just names his favorites again. We'll be back.
Did you say Sin City on purpose?
I think it's one of the best comic book movies ever.
It's great, but it's like a perfect mirror.
Yeah.
Like that was amazing. Like,
Yeah.
I can't believe, I was like, crap, he's going to say something awesome and I'm going to look like a oh my god.
Yeah. All right. Okay, so we are back, and now we're going to talk about the worst comic
Can you
book
go
movies.
first? I still need to get my
Okay, all right.
ducks in a terrible row.
Okay, the third worst comic book movie, and I'll say I'll preface my picks with this. I'm not going for the Catwomans. I'm not going for stuff that you knew was going to be bad. Ghost Rider, you knew was going to suck. I'm going for stuff that you went in thinking was going to be good. You had some hope, some level. I think a disappointment is way worse than just a failure. So that's how I'm deciding. You could go anyway, but I think that's a fair choice. And with that said, I will go number one. I'll go 3-1. The third worst to me, Spider-Man 1. Hate it so much. I cried when I was in the theater because of how disappointing it was. I waited at least 18 years to see this. I remember in 1990 when Wizard had talked about there being a Spider-Man movie. Even in the late 80s, there was talk of James Cameron making one. The wait, the anticipation so long of hoping they would get it right, and they fucked it up bad. I mean, really bad. Uncle Ben should not die an hour into a movie. He should be dead by 10 minutes into any Spider-Man movie. I don't care who's making it. He exists to die. Let him die. That's it. It's a bunch of fucking bullshit, drawn out. Kirsten Dunst is horrible in it. The Green Goblin, who I've already mentioned how much I hate as a character anyway, is just shitty. He's a shitty villain in the movie as well. The costume's awful. I mean, Franco's okay. I mean, Macy Gray is in it. I don't know why. Macy Gray is in the movie. Deliver Us from Evil by Aunt May is horrible.
Oh, God.
It's not fun. Spider-Man's not funny. It's terrible. I think it's even worse than the third one. Because the third one, you kind of knew, oh, this is going to be overstuffed, and they're not, they're going to fuck it up. But I went into Spider-Man 1 with so much hope. It was the last day before I left Virginia, and I was there my freshman year of college, and I left just devastated and in pain. It was horrible. But I have two choices that are worse than that.
You talk about that like you were like most people talk about like rape.
Yeah.
Like the time they were raped. Like
yeah, but your rape isn't aired on FX every 3 months. So there's not special editions of your rape coming out. Are there action figures of your rape?
Oh, my God.
Oh, My Lost Innocence has 20 points of articulation.
Jeebers creepers.
what about you, Jake?
I guess third worst... I guess it falls in with the, we knew it was going to be bad, but the League of Extraordinary Gentlemen is just such a bizarre take on a great graphic novel series. And, it's like, I get it that it's, over-the-top violent and goofy, but... it's a smart series. It deals with how entertainment and literature has changed over the years. The characters are very complicated, and just everyone just gets reduced into just the most basic tropes.
I think the worst thing about that one is especially the Americanizing of something so distinctly British. I mean,
Absolutely.
That's why I think no more adaptation has ever lived up to the source material, especially his British stuff like From Hell and V for Vendetta, because it's so distinctly British. And then they have, American guys making it and kind of taking the heart out of it.
Yeah.
League is a fantastic comic book, especially the first mini, and even the second one is awesome. I mean, and what they did with it, I completely agree with you there.
So
I mean, Tom Sawyer, enough said.
Yeah. Tom Sawyer, CIA. Which someone was just telling me is actually in a book, Mark Twain did release books about a grown-up Tom Sawyer, apparently, or stories that were popular in England. But at the time, it was still just dumb. Let's have a car chase scene. Vroom, vroom. I'm American.
Yeah, I'm going to go number 2, a film that is beloved by a lot of people, the original Batman from 1989. Never liked it. Jack Nicholson isn't playing the Joker. He's just playing Jack Nicholson. Batman pushes a thug off a roof, therefore being a murderer. Therefore, it's not a Batman film. Robert Wool is in it. Prince. It's very much a movie of its time. I think people can watch The Dark Knight 50 years from now, and it's this timeless, fantastic thing. That movie is very 1989. It was even outdated when it came out. Sucks.
Honestly, I haven't rewatched it in over a decade, and I'm sure I wouldn't enjoy it, but it gave birth to Batman wouldn't be Batman if it wasn't for that movie. The animated series, all this stuff.
Yeah, but it's why play Space Invaders when I could play Red Dead Revolver? Who cares what it spawned? It sucks.
Interesting point.
No way, you just contradicting yourself. Because you just said that you don't care about Batman Begins because it created Dark Knight.
No, I said that I was okay.
Oh, okay.
With it. I still said it was a bad film. But if that's what it took, yeah. But it's still a bad film.
Yeah.
But it at least justifies its existence, which I could say for Batman, but just watching it as a film, it's not good. I mean, you knew the Schumacher ones were going to suck. And, I mean, even Returns, you knew just watching that trailer. But Batman, you thought... I mean, I think I was 6 when it came out, and even then I was disappointed. I mean, it's just...
I just can't, how much your nerdiness like matured so quickly.
Yeah.
Because I saw it whenever I was 5, and I was fucking 5. I was
Yeah,
like,
when Batman,
this is great.
When Batman went to the movies when he was 6, his parents got shot and he never forgot about it. When I went to the movies when I was 6, I saw a bad movie and I never forgot about it. I swore an oath that night that I would complain till I was dead.
It is weird that every time right before you start recording, you stare right into my eyes and just say, "You ever dance with the devil in the pale moonlight?"
What does that even mean? What does that even mean? When your most fun scene is in a fucking art gallery. Ugh, sucks. Okay. You, buddy.
All right. Fantastic Four. I couldn't even. I guess Rise of the Silver Surfer.
Dun, dun, dun.
Yeah.
Dun, 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 dun. Dun, 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 dun. That deserved the sad Hulk walking away music.
I couldn't even finish Rise of the Silver Surfer, so I can't say I've seen it and hated it.
Galactus as a cloud.
Oh, good. But Chris Evans was mildly amusing as the Human Torch, but every other thing.
Why is Alicia black?
Why not?
Huh?
I mean, it's just unnecessary.
Maybe the actress did a.
Why
good
did the Thing
job.
have a wife?
Wait, the Thing had I never saw any of these. The Thing had a wife?
He's an astronaut, and he comes back, and he tries to see her, and she's like, oh, she's repulsed by him, and he loses her.
Because they just kept making all these bizarre choices. That,
They always do that. Doc Ock had a wife. Sandman had a kid. They're like, oh, it's not tragic enough to have 4 arms stuck to your back. Your wife's dead. I think the worst example of that is the 2004 Punisher, where his family gets killed at a family reunion.
Oh, my God.
Oh, no. Not my third cousin. Right? Yeah.
Tom Jane.
No, I never saw
Sometimes less is more. Sometimes 2 kids and a wife in Central Park means more than your great uncle getting shot on a ski
Literally,
boat.
just like a family reunion.
They're all at the Cayman Islands.
Yeah, they're just having fun. So every single person is a relative, and then just machine guns. It's oh my God, it's nuts. It is beyond pathos. It is insane.
No, after Daredevil, I swore to myself, it was if I know this movie's going to be bad, I'm not going to watch it because I was so pissed because I'm a big Daredevil fan. And
now here's a quick thing when. Because we're talking about when I said Batman throws the guy off the roof. Yeah. When Daredevil threw the guy into the train and said, you have an appointment with the C train or whatever, that horrible line. That's not Daredevil.
That's not Daredevil at all. Daredevil is one of the most honest characters in the Marvel universe, honest and fair, and has a very clear sense of
saved
right.
Bullseye's life when the guys caused him so much pain.
Yeah, he has a very clear sense of right and wrong, and the fact that he's a lawyer in all of this too is fucking great. But I don't know why. That's an interesting thing. Why do they feel compelled to have superheroes murder?
Yeah, and I think the thing when the more accurate they try to be, the worse off they come sometimes. When they add the Catholicism to Daredevil, with Fantastic Four, that they acknowledge that Doom is Latvian, but they still don't do anything with it. I mean, here's the main. I have several reasons I hate Fantastic Four, but the main reason is that his assistant is a 30-year-old Jew named Leonard instead of a 70-year-old man named Boris. That is Doom, an old man named Boris saying, "Yes, master, the prophecy is written." That's Doom, Latveria.
Yeah, why did he has one of the most iconic villain origins of all time, and they still changed it.
And he went up in space with them and had powers. The fact that Doom doesn't have powers and that he's always tried to best the Fantastic Four and lost, thus proving that superpowers are better than the human mind, is the main message of that comic book.
Yeah.
All right. Well, let's we get the last pick.
All right.
Pick number 1. Faster than a speeding bullet. The worst comic book movie of all time, Superman Returns. Holy crap. That movie is so bad. Bryan Singer, get Richard Donner's fucking cock out of your mouth. You piece of shit. You made the worst movie. How do you take Kevin Spacey as Lex Luthor, which should be up there with Heath Ledger's Joker, up there with Jeff Bridges as Jeff Bridges, all these, the iconic film performance. How do you do that and ruin it? You ruin it. You know, fucking get the hell out of the Silver Age. There are campy, goofy Silver Age Superman stories, but the best ones have come out of the modern age.
Wrong!
This
is a terrible performance that Kevin Spacey gives in Superman Returns. Patton Oswalt actually had the best criticism I remember.
I mean, he married, like, his evil scheme is marrying a rich woman. That's not Luthor.
No.
Superman is just so sad throughout the entire... Like, he has these powers, and he's flying, and he's, like, the hero of millions, and every single scene is just like, oh, it's so hard being Superman.
Yeah, they didn't adapt the Superman comic. They adapted the Five for Fighting song. Yeah. That's right. I can throw a punch. Hey, look, there's Kumar.
If this movie's shitty, then would you still call it Superman?
If Lex Luthor has an evil real estate plan.
He's lifting heavy things
that are made of kryptonite. Wait, that doesn't work.
Yeah.
If he was a shitty father and disappeared and didn't take care of his kid.
Would you pay $12 to watch this stupid piece of shit? Oddly, here's how my number one worst movie. The other way you mess up a Superman movie, Superman 4: The Quest for Peace.
Yeah, but did you think that was going to be good?
Yeah. When I was a kid, yeah.
Okay,
they really ruined the essence of Nuclear Man. That movie is so
This
bad.
walking atom bomb is a threat to all world safety. I'm just going to put him on an elevator in the moon and forget about him.
That movie has... By the way, the Lois Lane goes on the moon and is fine. He takes her into space and is fine. That movie has two of my favorite moments, though. One is that the way they create Nuclear Man is that they go into a museum and a 10-ton weight is being held up by Superman's hair, which Lex Luthor steals.
With bolt cutters.
Yeah. And then the other thing is that there's a scene where Nuclear Man knocks down the Great Wall of China, and Superman stares at it, and they just rewind the footage, and it builds back up.
Oh, God. It's so terrible. It's like, actually, that one's so bad it might be good. Like, I can imagine
it's
getting
fun.
whiskey.
Yeah, it's fun.
But it's the other side of the coin. Like, the effects are even worse than the first one. Like, no one cares. I think I was about to say Hugh Jackman, but that's not in the movie. Yeah. It's just worse.
Wolverine: The Quest for Peace also bad though.
Yeah. We even honorable mention for X-Men Origins Wolverine. Yeah. Let's just throw that in there.
Well, honorable mention, good movies, Hellboy 2.
Absolutely.
And honorable mentions, bad. Yeah, all the Punishers. My God, how do you take something? The Hulks.
Oh yeah. I have to rewatch Ang Lee.
There was one fun.
It just makes me really angry the whole time.
I hate
and you wouldn't like me when I'm angry. All right, I think that's it this week. Thanks for listening. I'm Mike Lawrence.
I'm Jake Young.
And on tech, as always, we have Marcus Parks,
super producer.
And that's it. See you next time.